Hello, hello. This is Pat once again doing a Pope Mobile video. Today, the Pope agrees with a document that says the mother of the faithful people of God is Mary. Has her position truly changed? Okay, before I start this video, I want to read this thing that Rome does not change. It's a philosophical, theological assertion. The phrase Rome never changes is often used in a religious context, particularly by the papacy, and some related discussions to emphasize the idea that the core doctrines, spirit, and essential characteristics of the Catholic Church are consistent and unchangeable over time. This is used to assert the Church's infallibility and is consistent policy and nature from ancient times to the present day. Ancient times to the present day, infallible, does not change. Now, let's watch the video. This video is about the idea that they're changing titles of Mary so as to inclusively gather Christianity into the fold of Catholicism.
Today, the Vatican released a new document offering clarifications on titles applied to the Blessed Virgin Mary, which have been a point of controversy for many years. EWTN News Vatican correspondent Valentina Di Donato explains.
Good evening, Veronica. The Dicastery for the Doctrine of the Faith presented a new document today entitled Mater Populi Fidelis, or the Mother of the Faithful People of God.
The Mother of the Faithful People of God.
Termed a doctrinal note, it addresses the theological and pastoral questions about certain Marian titles and how they best describe Mary's participation in salvation.
The document is titled The Mother of the Faithful People in God. So that includes everyone in Christianity. So the Mother of the Faithful People is the title of the document. But we're talking about how some of her titles are disagreeable. And yet the title itself is disagreeable.
During the presentation of the document, which was approved by Pope Leo XIV, Cardinal Victor Manuel Fernandez, prefect for the Dicastery of the Doctrine of the Faith, said that this document has a special value that is superior to those that have been published in previous years. And its purpose is to clarify which Marian titles and expressions are theologically acceptable and to deepen the understanding of Mary's role in salvation history.
All right, so theologically acceptable. What titles are theologically acceptable? And to deepen the understanding of her role. So her role isn't changing. We're just changing some words.
Without obscuring the unique mediation of Christ. During the presentation, it was explained why the Vatican considers co-redemptrix and mediatrix as inappropriate ways to describe Mary's participation in salvation. And the document also states that when an expression requires frequent explanation to maintain the correct meaning, it becomes unhelpful.
All right, so the problem isn't that they disagree with the term. The problem is that they have to explain the term. You know, for example, if I say the phrase, "Do you speak in tongues?" there's multiple ideas of what that means. You know, for modern evangelicals and especially Pentecostals, it means a very specific thing that everyone knows. But then I could say, "Do you speak in tongues?" And if I go to the very first time and the very last time in the book of Acts, where it talks about what happened, you know, the people understood them in their own language. You know, could I be talking about that? So there's two potential terms. So her position is not changing. They're just tired of having to explain the term.
The announcement was met with some opposition during today's presentation. There was a contentious moment when a man interrupted and was critical of the document.
No, dovete ascoltare anche i laici. Non si fanno I documenti così senza sentire il popolo.
Mary's contribution to human salvation, specifically the title of co-redemptrix, has been a point of theological debate for decades. Proponents have called for Mary's title as co-redemptrix to be declared a dogma, but critics say it exaggerates her importance and could damage efforts for unity with other Christian denominations.
All right, so here we have the mother church of many churches. A document says that it's the mother of Christianity. We have this mother church trying to commingle itself back in to the evangelical world by doing away with certain words while still having Mary's position be the same so that everyone comes together. The Reformation is over. We now need to mingle everyone back together. And rather than me having to explain the term, we'll just set the term aside while she still maintains her position.
The guiding idea is based on Mary's spiritual motherhood toward believers.
Spiritual motherhood toward believers. See, it's still the same. Her spiritual motherhood toward believers. That still means that she is the co-redemptrix. They're just changing a term.
Devotion to Mary is presented as a treasure of the church.
Devotion to Mary, still the same position. The thing that is sad about this situation is that everyone in Christendom is going to swallow this hook, line, and sinker. The same way they did in 1999 by signing the Joint Declaration of Doctrine of Justification, which eventually led to saying the phrase, "The Reformation is over," in 2016.
The Joint Declaration on the Doctrine of Justification, or being born again and the righteousness of God, is a document created and agreed to by the Catholic Church's Pontifical Council for Promoting Christian Unity and the Lutheran World Federation in 1999. As a result of extensive ecumenical dialogue, it states that the churches now share a common understanding of our justification by God's grace through faith in Christ. To the parties involved, this essentially resolves the conflict over the nature of justification, which was at the root of the Protestant Reformation. The protest is over.
And yet, 1 Our Father and 10 Hail Marys.